morning, everyone. Happy New Day week, and special thanks for joining us today. This is the 2021 Tenchi Kanokami Grand Ceremony of the Konko Church of Chicago. I trust you are all enjoying the best of health and excellent spirit on this beautiful spring day. This year's KCNA theme is Pursue the Life-Changing Benefit of Mediation. Reverend Lisa Uzunoe will be the guest speaker for our East Regional Seminar. It's to begin virtually at 1:30 today after this grand ceremony. Lisa Sensei will be talking about pursuing the benefit of mediation too. So today I thought I would share two experiences with mediation which changed the course of my life. One is the mediation, which is quite rare. I might interest you because I had it in a dream. In 1966, when I failed the entrance exam for Tokyo University, I decided to take training under the guidance of Reverend Soichi Otsubo, the founding minister of the Konko Church of Chicago. Although I only trained for 4 months, I had many great experiences that deepened my relationship with Kami. These experiences are what sustained me throughout the turbulent university days that followed. The next academic year, I attended a different university. This was the realism Vietnam era, and I was soon caught up in the anti-war movement on campus. Students all over the world supported the Vietnamese people's right for self-determination. When I saw these courageous students with my own eyes, I couldn't remain on the sidelines. I joined the radical student movement. For 5 years, I devoted myself to student demonstration. I felt as a Konko believer, I should fight for people who are suppressed or being discriminated against. I really wanted to reform the world. My mother would be weeping as she told me over and over, I understand your feeling, but it is so dangerous that you should not be doing that yourself. I always told her, as a Konko believer who wants to help people in difficulties, I should fight more than anyone else. My father was the mayor of Imari at that time. If I had committed a grave crime as a leader of the radical student movement, he might have had to step down from his position as mayor. Whenever he thought mediation with Reverend Otsubo about this matter, Reverend Otsubo has said, Masanori-san is going through what he has to. So it is better for you to just respect it with calmness. Therefore, my father did nothing to persuade me not to fight. The radical movement was sometimes very dangerous, almost to the point of dying. However, the more active I became in student demonstration, gradually the more I felt I couldn't leave this world without first seeking the kind of faith Reverend Otsubo was teaching. It was something he called a Wakoro world. Wakoro literally means peaceful, joyful heart. So a Wakoro world would mean a world in which everyone has peace and joy, filling their hearts to overflowing. Needless to say, I was deeply troubled by conflicting loyalties in deciding just what I really should do. It was then I had a divine dream which determined the rest of my life. In that dream, our family saw the sacred mediation of Reverend Otsubo. My father introduced me to Reverend Otsubo. He said to me, Masanori-san, the feeling which inspired you to fight for suppressed and discriminated people are the same as those which Konko tried to help and support people in difficulties. I didn't want to accept this. I thought only praying and not acting was being a coward. Therefore, in my dream, I didn't say anything. Then Reverend Otsubo said to me, if you continue to join the radical movement, your life will be over in 4 or 5 years. Then my father introduced my sister Emiko to him. Reverend also said to her, Emiko-san is good. She is so sincere. The sincere heart will please Kami most. So you can see at that time, I was not very sincere. I thought long and hard about this impressive dream. Ultimately, I decided to return once more to the Iraq church. I eagerly wanted to know the proper way to seek human fulfillment. Finally, I became a trainee under his guidance and stayed for nearly 20 years. It was my great treasure to spend 20 years of my life under the guide of Reverend Otsubo. It was like touching and feeling his presence with Kami. Nothing could be more precious than that. Now the second mediation story is when I decided to propagate the Konko faith in Chicago. Reverend Noharu Uzunoe and his wife Reverend Michie Uzunoe, upon learning my great desire to do missionary work in America, invited my wife and I to be associate minister at the Konko Church of Portland. In September 1994, my family moved from Japan to Portland. We trained under the guidance of Reverend Uzunoe for 2.5 years to become accustomed to life here in the USA. In June of 1997, we moved to Chicago to establish a propagation hall for serving Kamian people in the heartland of America. When my family moved to Portland, my honest wish was to establish a Konko Church in New York City. But the first priority for KCNA was to establish a church in Chicago. At that time, Reverend Uzunoe was the chief administrative minister of KCNA. So during my training in Portland, Reverend Uzunoe and I always discussed where I should go for my missionary work. Then 40 days before the 65th anniversary celebration of the Konko Church of Portland, we were discussing it again at the mediation place. So I thought a mediation of Reverend Uzunoe. I declared that during those 40 days, I do my best to train myself to determine the place of my mission, either New York or Chicago. Then strange things happened, one after another. I had 3 driving accidents. First, I hit the right bumper of my car, and second, the left bumper. Thirdly, in the rain, I lost my way, so slowly I tried to enter another road. But suddenly a car rushed in front of me. The front bumper of my car hit the door of their car. To my surprise, a beautiful lady came rushing toward me from her car and shouted, "Are you kidding me?" My car did not have any damage, needing repair from these 3 accidents. That in itself was amazing. Then our newborn baby Daichi got sick with a fever of 105 degrees, lasting 5 days. We had no choice but to pray to Kami and renew ourselves. So we did our best. And miraculously, he was able to recover. After that, our older son, Masanori, also got sick with a fever of 105 degrees and just kept screaming, "Itai, itai, it hurts, it hurts." He soon recovered, as did his baby brother. During that 40-day period, I couldn't imagine I would be able to train or receive any direct divine message. But through each of these unexpected events, I realized with Kami, I was able to train. It was Kami guiding me with and through each event. Therefore, I felt that I could not help but leave everything up to Kami. So I put faith in Kami, was able to get rid of my own desires, and thus allow Kami to open the way. My wish for doing missionary work in New York just disappeared. After the anniversary celebration of Konko Church of Portland, I saw Reverend Uzunoe's mediation. sharing this thought with him. He replied, "Then you shall go to Chicago to establish a Konko Church there." And so it was. In June 1997, my family moved to Chicago. My missionary work in Chicago began August 1st of that year. My father wrote to me in Chicago. In his letter, he included this line for me: "Chicago is a propagation place for receiving my master's blessings or protection." He used the pronunciation Chicago for Japanese words, which meant the master's protection or master's blessings. Let me explain. Chicago, master. Chicago, master. Means master. Kago, protection. Blessing or protection. I did it again. Chicago is a propagation place for receiving my master's blessing or protection. Through those two mediations, the divine works I had received guided me into the ministry and brought my family to Chicago. As my father put it, with the blessing and protection of my master, I now serve Kamiyan people in Chicago. The appreciation I feel never runs out. Through mediation, my life continues to be blessed. The benefit truly are life-changing. Thank you very much.